boom, 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 down, 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 down. Hello, 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 hello. Let's see here. Yoda. Yoda. I'm waiting for you.
Hey, Martin. What's that?
Let's get these push-ups in.
All right, let me just clear a spot.
How many are we doing?
10.
10? All right, let's go.
Yeah.
One. All right.
All right. Do you remember me?
Sure. You have a question?
Yeah. What's your thoughts about the coronavirus?
Nothing?
Nothing.
Yeah. You know,
Are you?
people on farms, farmers and people in agriculture have been getting the coronavirus for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or are you doing anything to like prevent from getting it?
I mean, watch my videos.
Wait. I have a question. Last time you told me that you pay college tuition in order to have access to
I didn't say I
information
did.
about. Oh, no. No, you said that people pay.
Well,
People pay.
when you go to college, does your college give you a free subscription to the internet so you can find real information, or do they give you usernames and sign-ons and access to scientific journals for real information?
Yeah.
Right?
But,
That's
yes.
facts.
But my question is that information real?
Well, why would they pay for it? So let me think about this. The information you get for free, colleges don't use. Why would you pay for something if you could get real information for free?
That's true. But what if someone were to get that information through a scholarship?
Well, that you would have access to it, right? That's just the college paying you to have access to it.
Oh yeah, another question. Do you think it's safe to fast?
Well, you should study. Obviously, it's safe to fast. Your questions aren't making any sense.
Well, I don't know, it's weird because like, people without eating for a long period of time, it's just like, don't your bodies need those, the
I don't know.
protein, the carbohydrates?
Well, why are people fat? Because they're eating too much? So how do you get rid of the fat? You have to go for periods of time without eating. How do you purge your body of damage if you're always eating? You don't. I'm going to let you go. You have a great day.
Can I get a screenshot?
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Bye, Martin.
Have a good day, sir. Bye. Push-ups. Fleetwood. Not a troll, just kids.
What's up?
How many push-ups are we doing?
Let's do, you want to do 20?
Sure. Okay. Not sure if I can do that many. I hope so. Ready? Go.
How many push-ups can you do?
I think my max is 2. I've been able to do 2 in a row once. I haven't been able to hit it again, but You know,
I wasn't counting. I don't know what that was.
I'm at 3 right now.
I think that's all I got. That's all. How's your day been so far, Martin?
Pretty good. Solid repeat.
Nothing
Good
too.
simulation.
I feel like I have a question. How are you so confident with all this information that you have? What would you do if all of these all this information that you're pitching is not true?
Well, we know that there's the problem with autism. When something isn't true and you have facts to back it up, we will assimilate your information to get further ahead. That's what people don't really understand about autism.
Sure.
We don't care about being right. We just want the correct info. So if you can give me something that proves my information is wrong, but gives me a new path to go down to study, I will assimilate everything you know. Now imagine doing that your whole life. That's why we have, people, savant syndrome. It's always just people on autism spectrum disorder because they take whatever field of information that they have an interest in, and they assimilate everybody's information. And if you prove me wrong, I don't care.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, with autism, we hope somebody comes along to prove us wrong. Because we get these, I have a repetitive simulation we put ourselves in, right? We do the same things day in and day out. The only thing to break that monotony is new information.
I love it. Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense.
Right, I'm studying quantum field theory, or whatever. Right? I've assimilated everything from every college and every organization that has anything about it.
Yeah.
Right? How do I move my hobby, my interest further if I believe I'm always right?
Sure, yeah, you gotta keep searching, you gotta keep digging. You can't just give up, I love it. Continuous learning.
When you think how crazy this is. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
How do you feel about music? Do you think there's a deeper meaning to songs?
So if you think about synesthesia and autism, people, there's the world communicates, 99% of the world communicates a certain way. Because you think about your brain, both sides of your brain, you have a neural network and you have a bandwidth that allows you to assimilate information. Most people have a very, very narrow bandwidth. But there are people like Beethoven and just other things that have a larger bandwidth or capacity of understanding, which allows them to hide not necessarily hide, but just put other forms of communication out there for people who happen to be on the same spectrum to enjoy it. So I give a good example. They talk about Edward Snowden.
Sure. Oh yeah.
And giving out all the government secrets. He had access to. Think about we assessed his psychology when he got the job. His psychology said he was going to snitch and repeat everything we ever show him.
Yeah.
But did he know? Governments, religions, everybody tries to find people on the spectrum that has a form of synesthesia, because I can put something, if you have, you can see regular information, right? In my screen right here, if you had synesthesia, I can write a message with a website for you to look at, but only for the followers that are following me with synesthesia to go to that website. Now, Edward Snowden can go through the whole entire internet that we give him access to, and he doesn't have the particular genetics to see what it is we're actually hiding. But he has the psychology to think he does, so we can have him go out and blab to everybody and lead us back. Literally, what did he do for Anonymous and organizations that want that want intel? He got them all shut down. Now, did he actually have anything to give anybody? Absolutely not. Right? We give him a psychology workup. It said he's going to snitch. He's going to copy information. He's going to tell everybody what he has. Now, if we give him this clearance and allow people for a few years to think he's some hero, he'll be reaching out to people, people will be reaching out to him, and we will be able to track all kinds of people that we never were able to find in the first place. The ultimate bait. The ultimate bait.
The ultimate bait.
Now you think about what makes the ultimate bait. Somebody who's so egotistical they don't realize they're not as smart as they think they are. Now, had someone like Edward Snowden had my thing, like, I know I don't know everything.
Yeah.
How else would they hide information in these databases? Right? In color, in synesthesia. There's going to be information here I can't access, I can't see. So can I actually go out and say I had access to everything and I saw it? No. Right? He let his ego believe he could perceive and understand everything that they gave him. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
But okay, now you think about it. You think the NSA or the CIA giving him access to things are just going to put everything in a black and white text that 99% of the population can read?
No.
Or are they going to use literally a genetic trait that some people have to see and hear things that nobody else can see? You can steal all the files you want. Can you see what exists? No.
No.
Right? You're reading something about chemtrails, and there's something completely different about other stuff. Literally, completely different information for somebody else to read.
Hidden in the text or behind.
But it's not really hidden, though. It's not hidden. It's just for the smart people.
Yeah.
I don't mean it like that, but you know what I mean.
No. Yeah, like some people aren't even going to be able to process the usual program or whatever they're looking at, and then you have this unlocked ability to see more.
Yeah, I mean it's just how the world works. But 99.99% of the population is born with visuals of the spectrum that exist in less than 0.3%. 0.3% of light you can see. Edward Snowden can see 0.3% of the information being displayed in light on a screen.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So think about that. 99.99%, over 99% of the information in that screen was oblivious. He was blind to, right? And you think about it. Can you help a blind man see?
Well, obviously not. Obviously, it's just a third. That's insane.
But does that make sense?
Yeah. Jesus. You know what? I have to get back to work, Martin. But why don't you say hi to your brother real quick because he loves you.
What's your brother's name?
It's Declan.
Hi, Declan.
Declan, come say hi to Martin. We're out here chopping
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Declan?
How's it going?
What's going on?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Hey, you been doing some push-ups?
Yeah, we were just
Always.
talking about
Shit.
Snowden.
You want to do some push-ups real quick, Declan?
What's up? You want to do some push-ups?
Yeah.
Let's do some push-ups.
I'm down. How many are we doing?
We'll do 50.
50? Fuck, dude. I've been fucking chopping
Go
wood in the
for it.
backyard all day.
You got
All
it.
right, we'll do 20. We'll do 20.
I'm down for 20. Tell me what.
Go.
There we go. Are you counting? Because I'm not. Okay. All right, Martin. I've been hogging up your time. Let's get some more.
Thanks for the repeat. You have a great day, sir.
All right. We'll see you later.
Who next? Shh, 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 shh. Let's see.
Hi.
How you doing?
Up? It's so nice to talk to you.
How you doing?
How many push-ups are we doing?
You tell me, ma'am.
Wait, sorry, my audio is being weird. Can you say that again?
You tell me.
I'm feeling kind of tired today, so we can go 10, right?
Yep.
All right. Oh, wait. All right, there we go. Hi, Tom. I wanted to ask you something. Have you ever thought about like opening a class for like what you talk about?
Well, I have a book coming out.
You do?
So, yeah, I've been
Awesome.
I have a doctor I've been working with. She's gonna
Yeah.
put some books out. And we'll see how it goes. If it goes good, because I have if it goes good, we'll do more than one book, and then maybe we'll give some courses on it.
Yeah. All right. When do you think it's gonna come out though?
It's supposed to come out next month,
Next month.
April. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to get on that.
yeah. It's Your Spark is Light. www.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm. What do you
Yep.
think? What do you think you'll talk about in it?
There's all kinds of stuff so far.
Like,
Basically, how you're created, how you got here, how
Yeah.
how humanity landed on Earth, how we exist.
we landed on it?
First off-
Wait, can you tell me more about that?
Well, so you think about you heard the story of Adam and Eve?
Yes.
You know what an apocalypse is?
Yeah.
A lifting of the veil. So,
Mhm.
in the story of Adam and Eve, there's supposed to be an apocalypse and a revelation. A lifting
Yes.
of the veil that leads to a revelation or an epiphany. Look, I understand. So you think about
Yeah.
when your father's atoms from his serpent or sperm merged and took a bite out of your mother's egg, the forbidden
Yeah.
fruit at the eve of your creation, it created a spark of light that is real light.
Yeah. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
halo that fell down from the kingdom of heaven that is real light and not of this earth. I mean, you think about before Abrahamic religions, we had people scour the world for this kingdom of Israel, and we
Yeah.
couldn't find one, so we just made one. But if you have information you don't understand, I mean, you think about it, there's a kingdom of light that they're calling Israel, and we can't find it. We'll just make one. But I mean, if you understand quantum mechanics, the energy and information that makes you, your soul, your spirit, your consciousness,
Mhm.
cannot be created nor destroyed. That's per science. That's what
Yeah.
science is saying. So if it can't be destroyed and it came from and will return to where it came from, what is science telling you? You
Yeah.
cannot, your consciousness, your spirit, your soul cannot be destroyed. Where did it come from? Where will it go?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, in science, they call it the quantum holographic universe of light. And they don't really share that with humanity because they say in this universe of light is the totality of all of humanity's knowledge, past, present, and future.
Come here, babe. Yeah. Okay. So, do you think you're going to talk about religion at all in it, or is that like not your style?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about religions today,
Yeah.
they all use the same source for their, men use the same image for the creation of their religion.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about religion real quick. So you think about Yahweh from Judaism,
Yes.
in the seven seals of a bow of a cloud, a body of light.
Yeah.
Right? Jesus in the Bible today, if you want to see the original Jesus in its original form, they tell you in the Bible, you can see Jesus in the bow of a cloud, or sitting in the cloud at the right hand of the Father. Jesus, the original Jesus, the original Son of God. So you think about it, it was a body of light. Okay, the seven-colored rainbow body in Buddhism, in the bow of a cloud, the Native American Great Spirit, the bow of a cloud. Every Rama, Krishna from Hinduism, the bow of a cloud. Allah, the messengers from Islam, the bow of a cloud. See what I'm saying? There's this singular body of light that has a head, a halo,
Yeah.
arms, legs, looks like a human, for all intents and purposes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And men don't want the rest of the world to know it exists
Mhm.
while they study it and make money. My whole thing is, look, if every religion has used the same source
Yeah.
as the birth of their religion and just dictated, hey, it says this, it says that, without actually allowing you to see it, there's something going on, right? Because if Yahweh, if Yahweh said this or Jesus said this, why would or the messengers of Islam said this, why would they make sure you can't see it to check if they're telling the truth? That's quite eye-opening, if that makes sense.
So, do you think you're gonna like primarily talk about like monotheistic, Abrahamic religions, or are you gonna go polytheistic, or?
It's all of them. I mean, think
All of
all of them. When you think about what is Buddhism? What kind of religion is Buddhism?
Would it be classified as polytheistic? I feel
There
like
you
it
go.
would.
Yeah. Right? So they have what is the top of Buddhism? Shangri-La Nirvana, becoming the
Yes.
7-colored rainbow body. Right? So you think
Yes.
about that though. If you were in Buddhism today, right, 60 years in Buddhism, and right at the top, you're getting ready to die, and I tell you, okay, gather your followers that you've collected over 60 years.
Yeah.
And you can tell them, when you die, you're going to turn into this 7-colored rainbow body. And maybe out of the hundreds of thousands of people you've collected following you, somebody will actually see this rainbow body in the bow of a cloud when you die. But I want to tell you, it already exists. You're not becoming it. It existed since the beginning of time. It is the birth of every religion. Now, you can admit every Buddhist monk from our religion who has said they've become it is a pathological liar. And take that hate and those lies that we've created with in our Buddhist religion with you, so we can have Shangri-La and Nirvana. Or you can lie and say you become it for all the fame and glory that will precede you after your death. You'll never actually get to feel the fame and glory. You'll never get the emotion of it. You're never going to enjoy it. You'll be dead. And literally 100% of the Buddhist monks today and since history have gone, I'd rather take the fame and glory after I die.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about how eye-opening that is. We train you your whole life to tell the truth. And the ultimate test is, can you admit nobody in Buddhism becomes the 7-colored rainbow? It's a lie.
Yeah.
It already existed. It's the birth of all religions. It existed since the beginning of time. And every Buddhist monk, after spending 60 years, 70 years, however many decades, training to tell the truth, refused to do it. I'm not going to be the one that says everybody who preceded me was lying.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the fame and glory. And you think about that. You're dead. What does the fame and glory? What does that fame and glory do for you? Nothing.
Nothing. So.
I mean, think about that though. The ultimate test in Buddhism is admitting that 7-colored rainbow body already exists. You're not becoming it. Nobody in our religion has become it. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Right? We got corrupted way back when, convinced to lie, and we've been following a lie ever since. Right? Can you think about this? The goal in Buddha. Can you bring our whole movement, the Buddhist movement, back to Shangri-La and Nirvana? Can you bring us back to the truth?
Yeah.
And they haven't been able to. They call the person who can do it, who will be able to do it, the golden child. Right? We will have a child born who will tell the truth and eventually bring Shangri-La or Nirvana back to our Buddhist religion.
Yeah.
And go ahead. Sorry.
You go ahead. You can go ahead.
Now, that's quite eye-opening, right? Their prophecies, right? They prophesy somebody eventually, a child will be born that will bring our religion, Shangri-La Nirvana, back to the truism, back to, right? I mean, honesty and integrity. But for now, we don't have it. We literally what we teach today, right? In every Buddhist monk and every Buddhist temple, the whole goal is to tell the truth upon your death. So you think about every Buddhist temple that exists on the planet today has not been able to succeed in getting somebody to tell the truth upon their death. That's quite eye-opening. Every Buddhist temple today, every segment of Buddhism today has not been able to get somebody to tell the truth before they die. Our temple has failed.
Yeah.
Right? In Mongolia, the United States, wherever they're at, China, every temple has failed. That's quite eye-opening. We teach you the ways of truth and honesty and integrity. And at the end of my teachings, we have not been able to find one teacher to convince one student to tell the truth upon death.
All right.
Now, how do you go ahead?
All right. I was going to ask, Martin, do you belong to any specific religion or religious sect?
I do Omnism.
What's that?
So there's a small sliver of truth in every religion.
Yeah.
Right? And so, Omnism, not all religions can be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And not all religions can be right. You can't be 100% wrong and you can't be 100% right. That's egotistical.
Yeah.
Right? So you think about, where does that come from? Well, they're in the beginning of religions. They said our religions have apocalypses and revelations, right? A lifting of the veil. Mm-hmm. So we're telling from the very beginning, Judaism and Christianity and Islam said our religion isn't 100% real. Not to be mean, You know what I mean? They weren't like, it's fake. They're saying,
We don't
we're creating some
understand
stuff
everything yet.
to get religious moral points across, right? People are being barbaric, right? We're trying to you know, take the evilness out of humanity, right? But it's not facts. We're taking information that is facts and we're converting it into a religious moral story to get a religious moral point across. Once you understand that point, there is an apocalypse or a lifting of the veil, a revelation. Today, we have so many uneducated men teaching religion for the sake of money.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want you to have the apocalypse or the lifting of the veil, because then how am I going to maintain my jets?
Yeah.
You think if I tell the truth, how do I pay for the golden throne I sit on and the upkeep of this 25-foot brick wall that surrounds my Roman Vatican? How do I maintain all of my gold? I mean, think about it. How do I maintain all that gold? How do I maintain all the people to clean it and polish it if I tell the truth? But I mean,
well, Martin.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So how much do you think your book's gonna cost? Like, are you selling like ebook, or is it gonna be like a physical copy, or like what do you think?
So we're gonna have an ebook. I think it's gonna be about $15.99, and then a physical book will be $19.99 or something like that.
Do you think like you'll ever do like an audiobook or anything like that?
Yeah, if somebody, so you do an ebook. Usually when you're publishing, nowadays you do an ebook, a PDF file download. Yeah. You see how that goes. You also have your paper copy, and then depending on how the paper copy goes, somebody will, a publishing house will try to pick up for a hard copy, or Amazon or Barnes and Noble. Somebody tries to pick them up so they can put it in their places. But I mean, it's about it's about time, humanity. At least our generation was told the truth. Your generation, I mean, how do we know you don't have the ability to move humanity forward in certain fields of information? What gives the men above you in religions the right to make sure you don't know the truth? So what gives them the right to play God? I think of Buddhism, Islam, Christianity. What gives the men who are in charge of those religions the right to play God and decide you don't have what it takes to understand the truth? We've decided for you, you're not capable of moving humanity forward or moving our religion forward. You're not it. That's pretty messed up.
That is.
It doesn't matter what religion Buddhism, Hinduism, Judaism, Islam, Christian. It doesn't matter what your religion is. No man has the right today to go, I deem her too stupid to understand.
Yeah.
Is it that, or I deem her too stupid because I need more money in my pocketbook?
All right. So
does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. You mentioned you were like working with a doctor on it. Like who specifically, and like what are they in the field of?
Dr. Courtney Hunt. So I have information. I'm very knowledgeable. I have a plethora of different fields of education, and people have tried to force me to work with certain people, and I'm autistic. I'll shut down. So like I'll shut down completely. I'm like, screw it. I won't do anything. I won't teach anybody anything. Nobody will get anywhere. I'll quit. Like literally, I call it hibernating. My wife thinks it's weird. I'm like, I will sleep all day, all night for years till someone breaks. Like I won't work on anything. Literally, I don't care. I will die with the knowledge that I have if you're going to try and force me to work with somebody. Yeah, force me to give it to you, I'm done.
Yeah,
but
it's over.
I did a puzzle at Berkeley when I was a kid. So they have this thing. They have a sundial, they have a campanelli, and they have a Sather's Gate thing. This stuff. And I did a puzzle there. So I kind of just followed people who went through there. And then, because if you want to give people information, I want to start at the beginning, Adam and Eve. So you need to find somebody who actually knows about how babies are made, if that makes sense. Spent a career in babies. So I have her name is Dr. Courtney Hunt. Courtney Hunt, MD. She has, she has her own doctor's practice on babies and things like that. And then I fed her a bunch of information in quantum mechanics and and other stuff to get her I mean that's how it works. So
all right, well, I actually have to go. Thank you so much for talking to me. Before I
appreciate
go,
yeah.
Can you say hi to my friend Johnny for me?
Hello, Johnny.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for doing push-ups and telling me all of that. Where do you think you'll be selling your book first?
We're going to have a website. I think it's www.yoursparkislight.com.
All right, that sounds good.
And then
all
I'll
right,
put a link out. Maybe I'll sell 1 or 2 books. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, all right. Thank you
I'll
so
put a
much.
link out and then
Have a good one.
yeah, we'll DM everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, Johnny. Adam Crowley. Let's see. Is he going to let you go? Adam Crowley. Adam Crowley. Not much. How you doing? All right, let's go. No, that's all right. We'll just count them out. Ready? Go. There you go. Yeah, and then I'm gonna actually bring my doctor on, if she can. My colleague. He can't ask any questions. He didn't do any push-ups, and he's got to request his own live stream. Bye. No. Repeated.
I think I like it better when you call me colleague instead of doctor.
I don't know. People see I should be saying that, but I don't like the way I enunciate it yet. So.
Colleague?
Yeah. Colic. Colleague. I got colic.
Colleague.
Anyways.
I didn't leave yet, but I think we're gonna have the pre-sale site up tonight. That's the goal.
Well, I talked to that girl before in a sequence, and she asked. So.
What girl?
The one I was talking to a girl before you came.
Oh.
About everything. So.
It's almost done. We've got some good pictures of you. Thank you.
Which ones?
Good pics by Heather. Well, we're gonna have one in the Cookie Monster outfit, even though Kara says no to that. She doesn't. I told her she doesn't get to vote because
she's just jealous. She just wanted to keep it for herself.
Not the one with the mott's in your face.
I know.
And definitely the one in the blue coat with the Batman hat. For sure, the one of you and Heather.
Nice.
And for sure, the big one in the middle with all of your injuries. We'll probably just use them all.
Road. What a long road. I was telling that girl, she was asking me about a book, and I told her, throughout my life, people have approached me to do this, but they want me to give it to certain people so that they can do it their way. And I'm like, I'll just shut down. I'll hibernate. I'll just shut down, or I'll just quit. And I'll take all my information with me. I won't do anything. I'm quite stubborn. It's called autism. Like, I'll even turn my brain off. I'm just like, just put me to sleep. You're not going to get anywhere.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi,
we got
Rachel.
Somewhere. I think we got somewhere.
Yeah. So then what's our next book going to be?
In the Image of the Creator.
Advancements in Quantum Field Theory.
And then Super Babies.
Yeah.
And then Neurogenesis. Please.
Yeah, a neurogenesis. I think stem cell production, natural stem cell production.
Can we do stem cells with neurogenesis?
Actually, you could. We combine that with microfractures, tricking my body into thinking I've broken something. so it produces stem cells that should have been used to heal that fake injury. They do that in martial arts,
So that'll be the fourth one.
something like that.
Then we'll just have one or two more.
All right. Are you gonna do push-ups at least? You never do push-ups.
I'm not doing push-ups. I'm going to the gym.
See how stubborn she is?
I'm stubborn. I'm so stubborn you got me to do this.
What was your idea, wasn't
I'll talk to you later.
it? Bye.
Bye.
Oh man, she's already gone. Let's see. Weekend only. Let's get these push-ups. No? All right. Hey, who's doing push-ups? Push-ups. You can find the Skywalker. Carly? Nope, didn't work. How about Zoo? Nope. How about the Cube? Is it gonna work? I don't know. Neurogenesis.
Real quick, can I ask you something?
Only if you do push-ups. Gotta do
All
push-ups
right, cool.
first.
I'll do them. All right, let's do push-ups then.
How many are we doing?
10's fine.
What's up, Mountain Gains?
All right. Whew. Phew. All right, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So, someone, very popular YouTuber has just done pretty much a documentary on you.
You can't do a documentary on me. It'd be a false
Well,
one.
he did a video on you. His name's Pyro Cynical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, have you seen that?
Parts of it. I don't really dabble in too much of that. Watching my own stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I just thought it was interesting, so I want
What'd
to
you
see if
think
you
of it?
check. I thought it was interesting. It had like a lot of funny bits, just poking fun at you, but also like talking about like what you talk about. I thought it was just interesting.
Oh. Okay.
Great. You have a good day.
He's Pyrocynical's. Actually, we DM. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
In real life. So that's why it's hard for me to comment on people that you guys consider celebrities and things like that.
Yeah.
Because they have you have your celebrity persona, your online persona, your media persona, and then you have who you are in real life.
Yeah.
And he happens to be a really nice person in real life. Yeah. So
I just thought it was cool. I was wondering if you checked it out or not. If you've seen the video.
tell him to make another one.
All right. Well, hopefully he sees us. Yeah. Have a good day, man.
You too. Bye.
All right.
Who's doing push-ups next? Let's see, Eric.
Tobacco. No.
You gotta do push-ups. Ruined it. Push-ups. Push-ups. Pretty sure. My IQ, somebody asked my IQ, I'm rated as Q.
Bro.
Let's get some push-ups.
I'll do some push-ups. Let's do some push-ups.
Ready?
Oh,
Your screen went out.
no, isn't that bad? Oh, I turned around. My bad. My bad.
How many?
However many.
500?
Let's do it.
All right, I'll give you 50.
Okay. I'm trying my best. Shut up. I don't know how many that was, but
That's all right.
that was mine. But
It's a good shot. You got a question?
yeah, so you said earlier you were talking about Buddhism.
Yeah.
You said it was a religion. I believe that Buddhism was it's a practice for religion.
Well, does your belief matter, or does it actually, if you haven't actually studied all of it?
I've looked into it a good amount.
What's the 7-colored rainbow body? Do you know about that?
No, I've watched.
Right, see what I'm saying? So you haven't really looked into it. This is what's fascinating. People talk to me about nothing against you, okay?
No, yeah, go for it.
So people talk about, I've studied these religions. I mean, even Christians will say, I know all. You ask them about them, they have no idea because they haven't studied. They've just been listening to what people tell them.
Yeah.
Islam, Judaism, Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, they're all the same.
No, I believe that.
They're followers.
They're just their own story, right?
Yeah, without actually research. Well, here's the thing, though. The followers, I studied all this information. Well, what did you study? Oh, something somebody told me.
Huh.
Like, well, have you actually studied anything outside of what they told you?
Right.
No. Well, how do you know if what they told you is real or not? You don't. And how do you know what exists outside of what they told you or not? You don't. So this is talking about you studying Buddhism.
It's just like a looking into, like, I practice meditation and stuff.
Okay.
Like, I know how to reach like a different consciousness, I guess.
Okay,
But
now we're going to get somewhere. In the original information from Buddhism, what does it tell you about meditation? Now let's get somewhere. Even their temples, they're finding somebody that'll read that stuff and stop repeating what everybody else said and do the right thing. What does Buddhism actually tell you about meditation from the very beginning?
What is that?
Okay, I mean, this is fascinating. They have this Buddha, this fat Buddha.
Right.
And literally, I need to I need to get healthy. I need to heal myself. I need to, because I'm fat like this, I need to meditate. And this is what literally it says, like words for obese, but in different languages. Because I'm obese and I'm fat, I need to meditate my hunger away. I need to empty my brain of all thoughts of eating and have periods of time where I fast and my body creates a chemical that causes an awakening or an enlightenment of my brain. Literally in Buddhism, it says that. And everybody who practices Buddhism today has no effing clue. They think it's about just whatever somebody has taught them.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't, literally, the original information in Buddhism says nothing about meditating all of your thoughts away. That's all just added crap from other cultures or people who never took the time to read their original information. It literally says, if you're out of shape and fat like Buddha,
you need to meditate.
You can become happy. If
you
meditate your hunger out of your, right? If you can't do it moving around, it's too hard.
Right.
Sit. Don't eat. Don't eat. Meditate your hunger away. Your body will heal itself, and you'll create a chemical that causes an enlightenment or an awakening. Even people in Buddhism today, you go to a Buddhist temple, for people that learn Buddhism, monks today in Buddhism have no idea about their original information. I'll ask. I've talked with people who Buddhist monks and practicing Buddhism for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. They're like, you got to meditate all your time. Where'd you get that from? Oh, that's how I was taught. I'm like, have you read any of your original information? No. I'm like, can you go back and read it and come back? They go back and read it and come back and goes, oh, it's talking about if I'm out of shape, I need to meditate my hunger away. And if I can't do it in my daily activities, I need to sit in a room and just concentrate on not eating. My body will do something and cause an awakening of knowledge, an enlightenment.
Right.
And you think, that's exactly what we do in neuroscience today. But we don't call it Buddhism. We call it fasting.
Yeah, fasting.
So you think about the chakras and the kundalini. It's exactly what we do in neuroscience today, but we don't call it aligning your chakras or your kundalini. We tell you the truth, right? The difference in certain things is there's all kinds of people who put their own twist on it, right? I want to put my mark on this Buddhist religion.
Right.
So I'm going to say you have to meditate all your thoughts. That's bullshit lies. It doesn't say anything about that.
Hmm.
I mean, so who you think about this? So we have this Buddhism religion with all these yogis and all these master meditators. Well, how come they haven't had the Enlightenment? Because they're not doing what it actually originally stated in Buddhist religion. Now we're getting somewhere. I asked you, have you studied it? In Buddhism, they're looking for what they call the golden child.
Right.
For somebody to take the information they teach today that is just repeated lies
And
discard it and tells the truth. So you think about this. In Buddhism, the highest form of Buddhism you can get is the seven-colored rainbow body, Shangri-La or Nirvana. Pure peace, pure nirvana, pure heaven. It's the ultimate level in Buddhism today. Every temple is filled with men and women trying to get to Shangri-La and Nirvana. So you do Buddhism for 60 years, 70 years, you learn all this stuff, and then they tell you, okay, the original information talks about meditating your hunger away when you're a fat ass. So I'm going to put it in layman's terms. The original information talks about meditating your hunger away when you're a fat ass. It doesn't talk about sitting there and emptying all of your thoughts, because when you're hungry, your body actually does purge damaged cells out of your brain and birth neurons that are responsible for your memory. It does cause an awakening if you meditate correctly. It does. But if you're eating and then just sitting in a room meditating all your thoughts away, it doesn't cause the awakening. It doesn't.
Yeah. Right.
So they're like, we're trying to find somebody that'll tell the truth. Now, that seven-colored rainbow body, that ultimate test in Buddhism, is telling the truth. It already existed. Don't become it. Right? Every monk in Buddhism today, when they die, they try to become this seven-colored rainbow body.
Right.
Right? And basically we're saying, I've been in Buddhism for 50 years. I have 200,000 followers. Hopefully one of those 200,000 followers, when I die, will see a rainbow body in the seven seals of Revelation in the bow of a cloud. Then I will be the next one to have become the rainbow body and reach nirvana or Shangri-La in Buddhism. Right?
Right.
Well, unfortunately, but they told me, Martin, this seven-colored rainbow body that every monk has become before you isn't real. We don't become it. It already existed. It's a pathological lie. It's already existed. It's the birth of every religion. Will you be willing to tell everybody, no Buddhist monk has ever become it and ever will become it? It's a lie. It already exists. It already existed. And take those lies, take the lies that Buddhism has given the world today, take them with you upon your death. Bring Shangri-La and Nirvana to Buddhism. Can you be the golden child and bring Shangri-La or Nirvana to the Buddhist religion? Can you bring the ultimate peace and truth? Or for the fame and glory, do you want to just say you became it? That you're never going to know because you're dead. And you know what they all pick? The fame and glory.
What are you going to get out of that?
Now,
right? Like,
think about mankind, temptations of sin in Buddhism. They haven't found anybody who can withstand that. What do you mean I'll be fame and glory? I mean, because like when you become a seven-colored rainbow body in Buddhism, that day becomes special in Buddhism. Other Buddhists, they write your whole life story down and try to literally they walk your path. People try to embody you and be you, do everything you did to try and do that as well. You'll have hundreds of people, thousands of people mimicking you, idolizing you. They'll worship you. They worship the very ground you walked upon because you became a rainbow body. Worship the ground I walk upon. I'd become a seven-colored rainbow body. And they go, you'll worship me like a god. Some men will worship me. Some women will worship me like a god when I die. Or I can tell the truth.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll take...
What are they going to choose?
Right? And yeah, I mean, that's crazy though. But meditating in Buddhism, if you actually read the information, it talks about meditating your hunger away when you're fat.
That's the truth behind that, huh?
Yeah, but and you think about it. Now, this is what's weird. So in Buddhism, if you're fat and out of shape, you can meditate your hunger away and you'll get an enlightenment. Well, fasting in neuroscience induces neurogenesis. You actually get an enlightenment, right?
Right.
Birthing new neurons. Your brain gets bigger. In the chakras, aligning your chakras. If I align my chakras, I'll have an enlightenment. Well, in that original information, if I fast, go into this ketogenic state, I'll birth neurons and get an enlightenment.
And way?
Kundalini. What do you think about it? Buddhism, Kundalini, so all Egyptian information about the awakening. It's all telling you the same thing. Meditate your hunger away, and your body will grow. Now, is there any truth to this? When does your brain heal itself? When you're sleeping and not eating sugar?
Could that be it?
Huh? Yeah. What's the first meal of the day? Break fast.
Break
Eat sugar and break the fast that was growing and healing your brain.
Ah, okay. Okay, see, that makes sense.
Right?
I see it.
Eat sugar for breakfast and break the fast that was growing and healing your brain. Huh. So I know in biology they teach me when I eat sugar, I break the fast that's growing and healing my brain. In neuroscience, I know if I eat sugar, I stop the growth of my brain. In Buddhism, chakras, and Kundalini, the original information tells me if I meditate my hunger away,
So that's just fasting.
I will have. So now think about it. Your brain is one of the most important parts of your body.
Right.
So my brain will grow hair with sugar, eyebrows, my nose, my lips, my teeth, my muscles, my skin, but it will not grow my brain, my liver, my kidney, my organ. It will not grow my internal organs in the presence of sugar. It needs pure energy because they cannot be built out of contaminated fuel. Right? They're very fine-tuned electrical organism.
Okay.
Right? So I have to have the right chemical mixture building my brain so I don't throw off that electrical signal.
Right.
I have to have the right chemical mixture in my liver, my kidney, my heart.
In all of it, so it could connect or flow correctly, right?
Conduct the now. So my body tries to stop birthing neurons and replacing the cells in my brain and my organs at all possible. In the present, it'll hold it off as long as possible, as long as it can. Well, what happens? I have to start relying on dirty neurons.
Right.
Get plaque in between them. Well, what's that called? Dementia.
Huh.
I'm literally, if my body's creating neurons when I don't have sugar, so I don't have to rely on my neurons that have plaque built up in between them, and I never go without sugar, how do I replace those neurons that have plaque in between them that are causing my dementia and memory loss? I never do, and I suffer dementia and memory loss.
Damn. So you kind of need both in both ways, right?
Yeah. So sugar. I mean, you can have sugar. I mean, you can build skin with it. You can build other things with it. But you also need ketones to build your internal organs, right? I don't have just a secondary muscle mass. I have primary muscles that are very, very important, right? My secondary muscle mass, my face, my lips, my tongue, all that other not as important shit that I can live without is built with sugar. The important things of my body are built with ketones from meat and fat.
Okay.
Right? The most important parts of your body are built and repaired with meat and fat. And if you don't ever put yourself in a position where you don't have sugar in your system, so you can use just meat and fat, when do you replace those neurons? Well, we know today people who have never gone for periods of time, long enough times without sugar, now have dementia, Alzheimer's.
Right. Yeah.
Now we look at why do these people who have had extended periods of time without sugar have no dementia, no Alzheimer's, no memory loss? This is weird. People who have had extended periods of time without sugar never suffer the neurological problems that lead to memory issues. People who have never had extended periods of time without sugar always have neurological problems that lead to memory loss. This is weird.
Yeah, it seems a little bit off.
We better not make sure you don't know that.
Yeah, right.
Now let's think about this now. Not only does sugar cause improper brain development, so you have memory loss. It also builds up heavy metals and toxins in your reproductive system, creating improper gene mutation and expression in your sperm and in a female egg. So your children are more susceptible to diseases and illnesses.
Huh. Right.
So why would we make sure you don't know this?
Because it's gonna. Man, it's just like, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some more push-ups in. Just think about that though. But in chakras, Kundalini, Buddhism, all of their meditating, original information, talks about. It literally says meditate all forms
Of
and
food.
ideas of hunger.
Yeah.
Now somebody just went, I'm going to leave out the hunger. Remove all forms and thoughts and ideas out of your brain.
So I just practice the meditation part of it. I don't practice like knowing that like the hunger part of it. I never knew about that. I just meditated for my own like.
Now we're going to get somewhere. Now, when I'm hungry and there's no sugar in my system, my body's birthing neurons that build my brain, right?
Right.
Now, if I don't remove all thoughts and I do it correctly, I'm raising the neurons that raise my cognition so I can understand more information. Now, if I just focus on math, I have an enlightenment in my knowledge of math. My neurons are literally, right? I can't build neurons that are responsible for my memory, hold my memories, without the memory of the information I was learning.
Okay. Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm birthing neurons while I'm thinking of math and things like that.
Birthing neurons to focus on one subject or whatever subject you want to like.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Right.
Whatever it is. But now, if I don't want it, now in Buddhism, if I don't want you, or Kundalini or chakras or any of that, if I don't want you to really have an awakening, so you find out I've been taking advantage of you for money, I'm not going to teach you that.
Exactly.
Right? Like, if you grow your brain, if you grow your neurons and you raise your cognition to understand more information, you find out I'm lying and I've been taking your money.
And they're going to keep everybody down here, right?
Exactly.
I completely understand that.
All right. I'm going to bring some people on for some more push-ups.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you for the repeat. If you understand what I'm talking about, and you study neuroscience, and you know that it's real, it's how we cure a traumatic brain injury, right? We can raise somebody's intelligence by actually, meditating. Tell them, meditate the hunger out, right? Focus on not being hungry. Meditate the hunger out of your system or your brain, just like in chakras, Kundalini, and Buddhism, and you'll create new neurons and repair that brain damage and get smarter. Why wouldn't it work for you? All right, if we can take somebody with a brain injury and make it, and maybe not depending on how bad the damage is, but we can raise their intelligence. Right? We can measure a significant raise in their intelligence by birthing neurons and removing sugar. Why couldn't we do that for you? Or can we? And we just don't want you to know about it.
Exactly. So you can. It's just like they don't want you to.
Exactly. You have a great day, sir.
You too. I'll buy your book too.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
Let's see, motion. I feel like I've done 3 push-ups.
Hello?
How you doing?
Pretty good, thanks. How are you, man? Push-ups?
Ready? How many are we doing?
I'm gonna try 30. Is that okay?
30?
Yeah.
All right, ready? Go.
Alright.
You got it.
That's it for me.
20 seconds and my timer's going to go off. So you have a question?
Was gonna ask about astrology, tarot readings. What do you think about it? If it's
About
true
what?
or if it's astrology, tarot readings.
No.
If it's like true.
No.
Have a good day. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Take care.